Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Fourth and a Mile podcast. That's Nicholas Lloyd. I'm JD Zaza, and we are back. We are the most inconsistent podcast ever, and I am a terrible co-host. I will tell you that. I will tell you that right now. So
No, we're both in the wrong here.
we're both no excuses here. We're bad. We're bad. We're bad. We're a young podcast. We should have got it out to you guys. Okay. So, how do we make it up for you? So, we're going to do off-season stuff. We're going to have all off-season stuff. We're not going anywhere this off-season. We're both finally into a routine in college at Alabama. We both have work, and we finally found a consistent schedule for both of us this semester. We'll let you guys know. Nicholas, do you know the schedule that we're going with, or have we made one yet?
Maybe like Wednesdays and Fridays, maybe something.
Wednesdays and Fridays, because we both are busy on Tuesdays and Thursdays this year. But that's beside the point. We'll keep you guys updated there. So today's episode, we're going to this is called the catch up. So we're going to mix a little bit of college and NFL today. Half of it's going to be college, half of it's going to be the NFL. For college, we are going to discuss the playoff mostly. We'll talk about the transfer portal and everything going on with that next week because things are still happening. I mean, literally seconds ago, Alabama just got another offensive tackle. So that's still going on. So we're going to let that we're going to make that an entire episode next week. But again, today we're going to talk about college, and then we're going to talk about the NFL playoffs. Nicholas, do you want to start in college?
Start in college.
All right. So where we left off in college was we left off at the quarterfinals. We both gave our predictions on the Rose Bowl. I believe so.
Yeah,
I said Alabama. I said Georgia was going to play Oregon, or I think I said Georgia, Oregon.
Georgia, Ohio State. Oh, and the Natty.
Yeah,
we both got it wrong.
Yeah, Indiana. So Indiana steamrolled both their games. They put belts to our school, and they did it even worse than to Oregon in the Peach Bowl. Really, the most interesting side of the bracket was actually on the bottom. The bottom, Ole Miss was the surprise team. Ole Miss beat Georgia in a classic. And then Miami beats Ohio State. Ohio State goes one and done in their playoff run, the defending champs. And then Miami and Ole Miss play each other. Great game. Comes down to the wire. Carson Beck has his best game. Best game is a Hurricane by far. And then Monday night, national championship, Miami, Florida on MLK Day. Really tight game. Tightest game Indiana's played since probably Iowa or Penn State. But Indiana, Fernando Mendoza has his best game as a Hoosier ever. Has multiple massive plays. And Indiana wins the national championship. Nicholas, what is you can go in any direction, I ask, in any direction here. You can talk about the national championship. You can talk about the quarterfinal. You can talk about the semifinal. But what did you think of the college football playoff this year?
Let's see. I thought it was a lot better than last year.
Yeah, I agree.
Games are a lot closer, much more better storylines. I don't know. It was just a good playoff.
I would
good way to
say
end it. 2 of the last 3 games were good down the wire. I mean, you can't really ask for much better product on the field.
Something I thought would never happen happened in the second year of the 12 team. Never thought an undefeated team. I thought an all-time team would have to go undefeated. Maybe Indiana's an all-time team. I don't think they're as good as some of the teams in the past, but for 12-team era playoff, this is probably an all-time Indiana. This is probably an all-time team. But when talking about the playoff itself, I think we went 50%. Like 50% of the games were really good this year. I'm looking back right. That's what I'm looking at my phone right now. So what's up? So let's see. We Friday night's game, Alabama Oklahoma was great. A&M Miami, A&M Miami was great in the first round. So we got two there, and then two games sucked in. Two games sucked in.
I mean, it's like 2 games in each round were good.
Yeah, 2 games
Both
in
in
each
2 rounds, and then
two
1
games in
game in
each round.
semis.
Quarterfinals, it was the same.
Championship.
The Cotton Bowl and the Cotton Bowl and the Sugar Bowl were the best games of that weekend because Oregon and Indiana just put it on Alabama and Texas Tech. And then Fiesta Bowl, it was 1 and then 1. So I thought again, that's pretty good for a college football for the college football playoff this year compared to last year. Last year we got a lot of blowouts, few good games in there, but this year way more competitive. Way more competitive with Ohio State kind of going out. I think that kind of opened up everything, especially on the bottom side of the bracket.
Yeah.
So, and to talk about Indiana really quick, my thoughts. I mean, congratulations, Indiana. Like this was again, like I said, do I think they're going to be an all-time team, like better than 20 Bama, some of these Georgia teams in the past, or LSU? No, I don't think if you stacked them up, I think the depth of those teams would beat this Indiana team. But I'm going to say
their own stories
for the 12-team era playoff. In the 12-team playoff, this is going to be an all-time team. We're going to look back in 10 years and say this was an all-time team because they were dominant. They were dominant everywhere. They really didn't. Again, Miami was the only team that could even give them a fight this playoff, and they just were better. They just matched them at the line of scrimmage. Alabama couldn't. Oregon couldn't. Those were two of the best teams going into this thing. Two of the hotter teams going into this thing. And Fernando Mendoza becomes the first player since Devontae Smith to win the Heisman and the national championship in the same year. So he joins that prestigious crew of players like Cam Newton, Mark Ingram.
I mean, during that game, he had, one of the more gutsy play calls, 4th and 5, 3-point game. They call it quarterback draw, and he dives in the end zone. I mean, that play will be remembered. That could have been very well the deciding factor of the game. I mean, the game was great. I mean, you can't really.
Yeah, this was. I was worried that Indiana would blow them out. Yeah, but give credit to Miami. They played a hell of a football game.
Yeah,
they could never get the lead, but they were always in striking distance.
They were just kind of getting to rhythm start, and they got a really bad start to the game. Really bad.
The first half was really bad for Miami.
They were just starting. Indiana, even with Miami getting stops, Indiana was still getting good punts, downing them in a long field.
They were getting consistent third down stops. I believe like the start of the third quarter.
Special teams was the difference in the game.
Start of the third quarter, Miami didn't even convert a third down, and that came to bite them at the end. Again, Indiana. And for another thing about Mendoza himself, there were multiple 3rd and 8 calls he threw the back shoulder to Becker. I thought they Surratt or Cooper, but Fernando Mendoza throws a beautiful back shoulder throw.
And I mean, really is after going through it, special teams really was the difference maker in this game. Like one of the big difference makers. And you had that missed kick to start the end of the second half by Miami. Then you had the.
I personally didn't like that call. I didn't like that call. Them kicking it. It was 4th and 3. It was 4th and 3. They needed at something, and it was 50 yards. In the NFL, I take the 3, but in college, 50 yards are tough for college.
Yeah, especially a guy who's kind of had a bad playoff when it came to.
Yeah, he missed a few kicks. Like he missed a big one in the Fiesta Bowl.
Missed a lot in the first round.
Yeah.
And then, then Miami started getting to rhythm once late in the third quarter.
They got the run game going. Mark Fletcher was
Mike Fletcher had a big game.
Mark Fletcher and Malachi Toney both had excellent games. Malachi Toney is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
It feels like we say that every year about like a freshman receiver. Like last year, it was Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith's playoff. This year, it was Malachi Tony's playoff.
And that was just, and then Miami gets the last drive of the game, and then Indiana seals it with a pick. I mean, it's like just like Carson Beck every big game. He's talked about interception.
Carson Beck thought he had a cover 2 shot, and Indiana played
and just baited him into it.
Baited. It was bait. Even if the corner who eventually got the pick didn't get it, the safety would have probably either picked it or batted down.
Yeah.
But
it came down to the wire, though. At least you get a good, it's like the first good championship game since at least the Alabama Georgia game. And
I would say. Alabama
was like a 15-point game. So
Alabama Georgia.
Before that, it was probably the Alabama Georgia game in 2018 since the last good.
Like I feel like the Ohio State, Notre Dame, and the Michigan National Championship kind of both played very similar to me.
Yeah,
but this one was great. It was, again, Big Ten goes three in a row. Big Ten's got 3 in a row. They've got a king. Indiana's really good, man. They're to be a problem for years to come. Do I think they'll be this good again? No.
It's hard to replicate what you just did.
It'd be really tough, but I would not be surprised. Nick Signetti's a top 3 coach in college football. I mean, there's probably like 1 or 2 guys I'd take over him right now, but there's not many.
Yeah.
There's not many. I take him. He's the best coach in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I take him.
Over these next couple of weeks, we'll start to get into more transfer portal stuff, coaching moves that happen.
Indiana had a great year. But again, today we want to kind of just recap the playoff and give our flowers to Indiana. To win the second worst program in college football won a national championship.
Anything's possible.
Yeah. When you have boosters like Indiana, yeah.
Yeah. And they have the top alumni base in the country. So it was kind of just like if you got the right person at that job, it's kind of like
there's a couple of programs like that. Indiana was just that one sleeping giant that everyone thought didn't really think would ever be good, and now they are.
Yeah. Another news, I mean, we'll probably touch on this at some point, but Dante Moore is back at Oregon.
Yeah.
Big news.
Dante Moore's back at Oregon. This isn't really transferable, so we can talk about it quickly. I did not expect him to go to the NFL. I thought he needed another year, and in the playoffs, I thought it showed.
Yeah,
it's great competition. It showed that he still has a little work to do on his footwork and just reading the defense. I mean, look at the quarterbacks. Look at the best quarterbacks this year. Most of them were seniors. Seniors are guys that have played a lot of football. Fernando Mendoza played a lot of football before he got to Indiana.
Yep.
And I think
like that game.
I think with the money coming into college football, you're going to see this more often. That if the agent and the player feels like they don't love the situation they could possibly go into, then you could see more guys return. I mean, Ty Simpson's the number 2 quarterback, but he almost came back. He almost came back to either Alabama or Miami.
Made the right choice to stay in the draft, but I think another good thing. I mean, I was thinking about that Oregon Texas Tech game while you were talking about that. I mean, that game was, bad quarterback play for Texas Tech, and now they get to it next week, in the coming weeks in the transfer portal. I mean, it's like you can just make your team so much better over a course of just like a couple of days and weeks with what the transfer portal is, and now
and like these days, and then like right now the portal just closed, but players that put their name in the portal on before Friday, they can still make their decisions, and then the window got extended for Indiana, Miami.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think those schools will probably lose too many, but
I wouldn't assume so, especially after a national.
They probably lose like 5 to 10 players, maybe, but it's like nobody that was really mattering.
Yeah. let's go over one other thing that we can hit to the NFL. Do you have any thoughts on this college football season? Anything that kind of stood out to you this college football season?
I mean,
we'll go through some like top games later on.
it was great. I mean, it was one of the better seasons in a while. It just like games were good for the most part. Got good storylines with coaching moves. I mean, kind of just everything culminated together to be a really good year.
Like I thought that it was a wonderful college football season. No one predicted the preseason national championship. Indiana was 100-1 to win the national championship this year. Ohio State, who I thought was going to be an all-time team, they were vulnerable. Everyone was vulnerable with this year, and I love that. Even Indiana, that went undefeated, they had a few scares in there. But that's college. I like college football. Even though my team is not the dynasty that they were, I kind of like this new college football because I have no idea who's good or not. Now, do I wish a few things changed? Obviously, of course. No sport's perfect. But I loved it. This was a great college football season. I had a blast.
Yeah, it was a great season.
All right, you ready to hit the NFL?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Do you want to give everyone a quick recap on this one, or do you want me to do it?
I got it. I mean, now we're in the NFL playoffs. We haven't touched base in the NFL since it was still the regular season, but I mean, first couple rounds were actually pretty good. Most of the wild card games were really good. Pretty much all of them, except for like 2. I mean, the Bears-Packers game was like an all-timer. All-time.
Yeah, all-time comeback.
3 comeback.
Comeback.
And the Bills-Jags game was good. 49ers-Eagles.
Yeah.
Panthers put up a good fight against the Rams. And then,
I would say 4 of the 6 wildcard games were really good this year.
This past weekend.
I listened to Bills-Jaguars on the radio. I heard that one was great.
Mm-hmm.
Bears-Packers I watched. Awesome. Panthers-Rams. Surprisingly awesome football game.
Chargers put up an absolute stinker, and against the Patriots. But that was kind of just like their whole season in a nutshell towards the end of the season. Yeah.
Eagles 49ers was really good. Kind of can't believe the 49ers won that, even though I thought maybe that could happen, but Kevin Patullo, the offense was terrible for Philadelphia in that game, and the defense couldn't save him. And Texans, Steelers, close for 3 quarters, honestly, because of Stroud's interceptions and fumbles. But in the fourth quarter, the defense of the Texans just overwhelmed Pittsburgh, and they moved on. And now we're in the divisional round. And again, we went fit. And again, I think this one went 50-50. I thought 2 games were great, 2 games were kind of whatever. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the divisional?
Great. That was 2 good games, 2 bad games.
Yeah, 50-50.
Yeah.
And probably this next. Probably for
the rest. Patriots game wasn't even bad. It's just more so the product on the field was terrible. You had way too many turnovers. The weather was bad.
Both teams had a lot of turnovers.
No rhythm in the game.
The game had shitty conditions, but it wasn't as bad as Chicago, LA. And
I feel like the game lasted forever. I feel like the game clock, because they just kept turning it over. No teams were getting long drives, and it was just like game clock.
Both teams had. Let's see. Yeah, we had 8 turnovers in the game. Texans had 5. Patriots had 3.
Here's a topic we can get into. It was kind of like the same call in I don't know what game it was. Maybe it was the Patriots. I'm trying to think. I think it was the Bears-Rams game. The same call as the Bills and Broncos game. What did you think of that?
Which call?
The one. So the in the Broncos game, they called it an interception, but then it was
Yeah, what about the one? What was the other one?
I think it was the Rams-Bears game. They called that one. It was like Devontae Adams, the same thing. He caught it, and then he was down. And then
I don't fully remember the Devontae Adams one because I was at work.
It's kind of not really close. It's kind of close, not really. He was down, he had possession of the ball, and then the other guy, I don't know who was it Brandon Cooks or was it Shakir?
It was Brandon Cooks. It was Brandon Cooks. Yeah,
he had the ball. He was on the ground, but then
that was an overtime. That one was way bigger because, again, I thought what I've been taught about football is that if it's 50-50, then tie goes to the receiver.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I just think they made the call because it came out.
I thought they'd at least call it. If you want to call it an interception on the field, fine. But they didn't even
really look at. They didn't even look at it.
I couldn't believe that. I was like, and I'm not even on the Bill's side for this game. I thought
it shouldn't have had to come down to a coach's challenge for that. If it's in overtime. Doesn't replay look at everything in overtime? I guess they just didn't. I know. Or they just made the summary or conclusion quick.
There were a few calls that I thought they'd at least look at it, but it didn't this year in the NFL.
No.
Well, that's probably the biggest one. But I'm also going to say this about the Bills game. I think Denver should have won the game.
Yeah.
The Bills played terrible.
Bills started the game. They
had so many missed opportunities.
Themselves early.
Even on the game-winning drive.
Oh yeah, he missed Dawson Knox right in the middle of the field. Yeah,
Knox wide open. He hits him. Bills are in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, and it would have been a divisional battle. That would have been a nice Part 3 battle.
But the better team won. The better team won, and
yeah, now they're gonna have to win without their starting quarterback. And nobody even saw the injury. I didn't even see what happened. I don't even know how it happened.
Here's the thing: Bo Nix didn't. It didn't even look like Bo Nix. What?
No.
Like he was running out. Like again, to anyone living under the rock, the second to last play of the game, Bo Nix, I believe when he's centering the football for former Saints kicker Will Lutz, I believe that's where he broke his ankle. It's a season-ending injury. He's in Birmingham right now getting the surgery.
Yeah, with Dr. Andrews at that. Sports medicine.
Yeah. I mean, that's where everyone goes these days.
Yeah. One of the best in the country.
Yeah, one of the best in the country. But besides the point, the Broncos, I feel awful for Broncos fans. We have a mutual friend. Shout out Will Miller if you're watching this. He's a Broncos fan, and he texted me after the game going, OMG, 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 we won. Literally less than an hour later, again, he wins a playoff game for the first time since they won the Super Bowl. In Super Bowl 50. What happens an hour later? His quarterback's out for the year. And this doesn't just include this season. It concludes next season too.
Yeah. He can probably come back for later in the next season, but I guess.
I mean, hopefully.
But if there's anybody, Megan, you need to get Teddy Bridgewater in the Fed. If there's anybody who knows how to win with a backup quarterback, as someone who's a Saints fan and has experience knowing the Sean Payton era, it's Sean Payton who can win a game with a backup quarterback. He's done it plenty of times without Drew Brees when he would be sidelined. And look, Stidham's a guy who's been behind Bo Nix. He knows knows his role on the team. He's prepared. I mean, he's going to be ready. I mean, it's a great story. I mean, two guys who played at Auburn in the quarterback room, and now this guy gets the chance to. I mean, he was with the Patriots as well. I'm pretty sure I think
he's been a career backup. He's been around the league. There's been a lot of good teams that have called him because he's one of the better backups. He's not the best backup in the league, but he's one of the best.
And look, they got playmaker. Hopefully they get some receivers back because they did have some receivers that were out during the Bills game. Like Troy Franklin couldn't go. I mean, Pat Bryant, he had some really good catches in the early on, and he had a concussion. So hopefully they can get them cleared and good to go. But, I mean, this Patriots defense has been very underrated these past couple of games. I mean, usually it's not like your main names of guys are very popular. You just have like a lot of underrated guys. And besides, I mean, Christian Gonzalez is probably the main name that everybody knows on that defense, and and it's kind of just like a Mike Vrabel team.
Milton Williams as well.
Yeah, Milton Williams. I mean, guys we know. It's like Christian Barmore has been very good for them, but they have a lot of guys, a lot of household names that nobody knows, and it's going to be an interesting battle dynamic. Carlton Davis is on Patriots as well. I mean, it's going to be an interesting battle between how Stidham does, but at least he's at home. It's like at least you don't have to do this on the road in Foxborough.
Something that I didn't know about until recently. Some great Patriots teams
lose the backups.
Their kryptonite was Denver. Denver is like one of the only few places that New England in the Brady era, prime Brady Belichick era, couldn't beat. It's tough in Denver. Altitude and their stadium's like a college. It's like college level.
Yeah, it's very loud. And you got
and you got a rookie quarterback
backup curse.
And you got a rookie quarterback. And you got a second-year guy going into his first road playoff game.
And against a really good game, the biggest game this decade.
And the offensive line. Patriots offensive line I trouble with Houston. No, great. Houston has the best defensive line. Doesn't get any easier.
No.
Doesn't get any easier. Denver's pass rush is almost as good.
If you're the Broncos, you're going to have to get your hands on the ball. Like interception, whether by Riley Moss or Pat Surtain or Cooper, I mean, Funga. I mean, any of the guys fumble.
Patriots don't have a true number one, but they've got a lot of guys that
Diggs has been that number one guy.
Diggs, Keyshawn
Bootie's been very good. Pop Douglas, Hunter Henry's been vowed as reliable. Austin Hooper's been good. They got, I mean, Ramondre Stevenson's coming along as running back. Trayvon Henderson. They got Will Campbell. He's been pretty good. He's had some tough plays lately, but he's been pretty good.
He's going to go probably going to end up number 2 on the Defensive Player of the Year list this year.
Yeah, it's going to be turnover. Who can win the turnover battle? I think Denver wins the turnover battle. They're probably going to win.
I think if Denver doesn't turn the ball over, this is a game. If Denver turns the ball over, New England's going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but Patriots have had turnover problems this whole year. It's nothing. It's nothing very new. It's not like just a one-game thing in the last round. It was.
Basically, if you're New England, this is house money.
Yeah,
I think if you're New England, this is house money. Like they didn't even expect it.
But then again, everything's kind of like played out in their favor. It's like they've had a pretty easy schedule. Their playoff run is, I mean, they went against Herbert, who had a bad offensive line, and he had kind of got gifted a lot of interceptions.
I'm going to give credit to New England there for the Herbert.
Yeah. They deserve all the credit.
I do think they got. I do think they got help.
You need bounces in the NFL to make a Super Bowl. You're not just gonna dominate unless you're Seattle. On the other hand,
the Patriots deserve to be here. They were the better team. They've been
consistent all year. It's nothing. It's not like it's kind of funny how they lost week 1 against the number 1 pick.
Yeah,
but they still end up in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, well-coached teams win football games in the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's New
England.
So
funny they lost week 1 to the Raiders, but you know,
again, well-coached teams win games in the playoffs. Look at these 4. Look at the 4 coaches remaining: Mike McDonald, Sean McVay, Vrabel,
Super Bowl winning coach,
and Sean Payton,
Super Bowl winning player, Super Bowl winning coach, 2 Super Bowl winning coaches, one who's won one of the player, and Mike McDonald. I think Mike McDonald. Has he won a Super Bowl yet? I don't think so. Where was he defensive coordinator at before he got
Baltimore?
Okay, yeah, so he never won.
Baltimore defense in 23.
Yeah.
But again,
that team lost in the AFC Championship, so hopefully it doesn't repeat itself.
Again, it's going to be a great playoffs. These are all 4 of these teams are well coached. It's going to be a great game.
I think another interesting storyline when we can head to the NFC is
before we talk about the NFC Championship, I want to talk about that Bears. Because the 49ers game, 49ers went far as I expected them. It's with all their injuries. They had insane coaching this year. Like I legitimately think Kyle Shanahan should be coach of the year, or maybe even 2. Vrabel and Shanahan, I think, the two best coaches this year. Well,
Shanahan McDonald's coaching been pretty good.
There's been so much good coaching this year.
Yeah.
Like even our teams had pretty good coaching, which I didn't expect. But besides the point, Seattle dominated San Francisco. It was over from snap one.
It was over from the kickoff.
Yeah. So again, Seahawks won. They're really good. The Bears-Rams game was a boring defensive game, which I kind of expected with the win. But Caleb Williams made one of the best throws I have ever seen. One of the best plays I've ever seen.
It was like a 4th and 31 flashbacks from Alabama.
Again, 4th and 4. It's 4th and 4. And he does scramble, and he shuts it 40 yards, and he finds Komet.
Yeah, Cole Komet
for a touchdown to tie the game. I'm sitting in and we're going.
Yeah.
Again, everyone thought. Again, I told my friend like, Bears are going to win this game. Like, they have like.
Then you kind of get cute on a short yardage play in overtime and throw pick, which is I didn't really have a problem with because you're trying to go win the game, but you could have. You're at midfield.
Everyone's bringing up DJ Moore jog their route, but I also think Caleb Williams
kind of a force.
He threw it on his back foot.
Yeah,
he threw it on his back foot. I don't understand the call.
I didn't really like the play call on that. It was I get being aggressive there, but
you're at midfield, and Cairo Santos has been awesome for you in this game and during the playoffs. So I don't get why they don't run the ball, but I guess young coach, again, Ben Johnson's going to learn for it. He's a young coach.
Great first year for Ben Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, great. It was a great year for the Bears. Again, it was a house money year for the Bears as well.
The Bears had a lot of voodoo. They had a lot of close games go their way, a lot of turnovers.
This was a house money year for the Bears. They didn't expect to be here.
They really exceeded expectations after the first couple weeks of the season.
The game's going to hurt, obviously, losing at home to the Rams, but you won the game that you really needed to, which was the Packers game.
Everybody really knew the Rams are one of the best teams in the NFC. Their seeding, they kind of got. I mean, they didn't. If you don't win the division, you're not going to get a top 3 seed.
Like how their defense played.
Yeah, their defense is kind of blown.
They're one of those like teams that has Super Bowl DNA. When one side of the ball doesn't play good, the other does. Yes, in the Panthers game, it was the offense that carried them. In the Bears game, it was the defense. The defense actually played like an elite defense that we all thought they would, but this year they've been kind of struggling. Like their secondary is dreadful. But against Chicago, they did really good.
And what's good about them playing this next game in Seattle is nothing's going to phase them because they've been in that spot. They've played Seattle. This is the 3rd time these two teams are matching up 1-1 against each other.
Yeah.
The Rams kind of dominated in the first matchup. Seattle kind of made a late surge, but Darnold threw like 4 picks, and they really didn't have a chance. Second game, it was
Rams had momentum for
the Rams dominated most of that game too. The Seahawks didn't really do anything.
Punt.
Yeah.
Them as the prime field position. Then we got probably the game of the year.
Yeah. And that was an overtime winner for the Seahawks. So what gives in for matchup number 3?
Who makes the plays? Is it because on paper it's Seattle? I think Seattle wins this game.
Yeah.
I think their defense will be able to shut down. Well, at least
I don't know. They both matchups, their defense has not been able to shut down the Rams.
It's weird, but
it's weird. They've been shutting down everybody, but
it's probably the best offensive mind versus the best defensive mind in football.
Yeah, right now, yeah.
And
Darnold, he was like on the injury report. Like, how is he? What's it like? I know he's going to play, but how is he? Is he more comfortable this week, or is it?
He's going to play. I mean, again, he played really good against San Francisco. He made some throws.
Yeah,
like against San Francisco that I didn't expect him to make that JSN throw.
I think for Seattle, the ways you win is you protect the football. You cannot have any turnovers like you did against the first matchup. You can't set yourself up. You can't give the Rams early lead. Like
rely on the home field.
Yeah.
Let home field advantage be your weapon.
I think Cooper Kupp could have a big game. This could be the Cooper Kupp game.
I expect him to have a big game.
He didn't really have a big game in the first 2 matchups against his former team, but this could be the game he has his best game of the season.
Yeah.
And look, they've been looking for help for JSN. It's just been JSN. Shahid I don't even know if he gets much involved in the offense. It's more so his special teams is really making.
He's a trick play weapon.
Yeah.
They've used him.
They use him. Who are their other receivers? Cooper Kupp, JSN. It's the only 2 guys. They don't even pass it. They don't have Charbonnet anymore. That's big news. He's out for this.
They can run the ball good. Like Robbie Oots has been really good for them in the fullback range. They're really good at running the football.
It's going to be a big. Kenneth Walker is getting all the touches now. So,
and guess what? He's been
really good.
Second running back. I'll tell you that. Let's see keep the Seahawks there.
Yeah, I want to look and see what the line. 2.5-point favorites for the Seahawks. 5.5 for the Broncos, or 5.5 for the Patriots. Sorry.
Yeah, and for the Seahawks game, Seahawks are a slight favorite. Very
2.5 field goal favorite.
Again, division games. If you picked either team, I wouldn't really. I
want to see Stafford go out on top. I think I would say this is his last year, but you never know with him. His arm strength is still there. His mobility, he's still holding up. I mean, the Rams have gotten everything and then some from that trade. I mean, that was about
both. It's like one of the rare win-win trades in football.
Yeah.
Like both teams got exactly what they wanted. Both teams got exactly what they wanted from that trade.
Yeah.
Rams got a guy that could take them over the hump, and they already did. And the Lions got the picks, and those picks turned into Jack Campbell and I think Penei Sewell and Jack Campbell.
Yeah,
2 Pro Bowlers.
It's just gonna be interesting to see what happens in this game. Like, what do you? Right. Let's get to prediction. What are we predicting here?
I got Seahawks Broncos 48 rematch Super Bowl 48.
Hopefully, it doesn't end up as the same score as Super Bowl 48.
What it's going to be? It's rematch. What's going to be rematch Super Bowl 53. I got 48.
Give me Rams and Patriots.
You got rematch 53?
Yeah. Hopefully it's not a 10-7 game or a 10-3 game.
The only way we get a unique Super Bowl matchup is if we get the Rams and the Broncos. Every other way, we get a rematch of a recent Super Bowl in recent memory.
Oh yeah, that's true. Rams and Broncos. Maybe I have to say Rams Broncos then.
Rams Broncos was in my lifetime.
I think I'm just
Patriots Seahawks was in.
I don't really like the Rams, but I like just because of what happens in the past as a Saints fan. But I really like this Rams team right now with Matthew Stafford and Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua has been one of the best receivers in the league.
All right. Let's do this as well. Super Bowl pick. If you go with your prediction, who do you have winning that game?
The Rams. Then the Rams are going to win.
You think Rams win Super Bowl fit?
Actually,
Rams win.
Yeah, I think the Rams would win the Super Bowl.
I think either way, our team winning the Super Bowl is a main rival of the NFC West. I got Seattle.
I mean, the NFC West was one of the best divisions in football.
Seattle's the most balanced team in football.
Yeah.
Seattle's the most balanced team.
I just can't see. Everybody has the vision where it's like, can you picture this guy win? I can't picture Sam Darnold hoisting a trophy.
I can't picture Jarrett Stidham winning.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I think go Matthew Stafford because it's already been done.
Again,
he's already there.
Again, I love Matthew. I love me some Matthew. Really, if it's Patriots on the AFC side, I'm rooting.
I would love to see Drake May to see one as well. I would probably be rooting for Drake May.
I can't do it in year one because all I did was tell all my friends they're a year away. You can't give.
I would like to see that. I just like Drake May because of the story and everything. He's been good. But other than that, I mean, should we talk some of the coaching search, or should we just end it off here and we'll talk about it next week?
Let's talk about like things that just happened, and we'll get more depth. Let's talk about like just quick thoughts on the carousel itself, and then we'll talk more in depth on our next episode.
This year is a bad year to be looking for a coach. I mean, there's just not many candidates out there.
Teams had openings this year.
Too many teams had openings, and there were not as many good candidates.
Oh, we can actually talk about this one, Sean McDermott.
Yeah, that was.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. It's just is what it is. It's like I get it from some standpoint, but not really. It's like he did everything for that city. He was really turned it around. Consistency.
Yeah, him and Bean came in from the Panthers after their Super Bowl run in 2015. They've been with Buffalo ever since. Made them into a powerhouse. Yeah, they haven't gotten over the hump. That's probably the reason why. I think Buffalo's just they're frustrated at this point.
There's only one. You can't really. That's a scapegoat. As usually is the coach at the end of the day.
Yeah. What else? Chargers got their OC.
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel said, "Nope, screw the Browns. I want to be an OC instead of a head coach and work for Cleveland." And he goes to the Chargers, gets to work with Harbaugh.
Yeah, that'd be a good move.
If you're a Justin Herbert fan, you are over the moon right now.
Then I thought the Falcons did good. Hate to say it,
Falcons just hired Tommy Reese as their OC. They brought
that's nothing.
Both him and Stefanski over from Cleveland. I like that. I like if Stefanski gets the.
Kind of funny that Tommy Reese is not the offensive coordinator at the Browns, but not the Browns, but the Falcons. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I was making some jokes with a couple of my buddies recently. I think for the Stefanski thing, if they just let him build the roster and let him coach, I think he's going to do well there because I thought he was great at Cleveland.
Well, he's going to have a lot better team to work with in Atlanta.
It's really tough to win in Cleveland with Jimmy Haslam meddling all over. I think the Shitter Sanders was fully the Jimmy Haslam's stick, but let's see.
Robert Saleh, the Titans.
Robert Saleh, the Titans. Love that. Again, depends on the OC he gets, but I really like the hire for Tennessee. Saleh was excellent with San Francisco, and just give him some space.
Him and Jeffrey Simmons could be good. Jeffrey Simmons doesn't get traded, but I bet they'll probably trade him.
They'll probably trade him or probably have all the cap space to do whatever they want. And defensive players are going to want to play for Saleh. He gets the best out of his players.
And hopefully it should be in a much.
Sauce Gardner and Quinn Williams had their best seasons under Saleh.
Should be in a much better position than he was in the Jets. The Jets.
Yeah, and at least Saleh's going to bring in stability and culture.
The Jets, they're not in the market this offseason, but they're in a bad spot.
Yeah, I thought they would fire Glenn just because I didn't see improvement, but I guess
this is not the year to fire a coach just because of how bad the Jeff Hafley going to Miami. That's a weird fit.
I don't get it, but again, they hired their one of the main Packers front office guys as their GM. So
it's a lot better than what they've had last time.
Him and Hafley have worked together. Hafley was Boston College 2 years ago. Now he's the head coach of the Miami Dolphins.
Kind of interesting. I don't know what to think of that. That's still just a weird move. But
weird move.
They got tired of the offensive coach.
They're probably going to reset everything. They're going to let go to
they'll probably stick with Quinn Ewers.
They're going to be 10 commanders probably for Arch, I would assume.
Yeah.
Or whoever comes out next year. I expect a full rebuild in Miami.
Yeah.
What else? Ravens and Steelers. Every AFC North besides the Bengals. Zach Taylor's basically Luigi by doing nothing. because the Ravens decided to move on from John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh is now with the Giants, 5 years, $100 million.
That was a great job by the Giants.
Again, I thought Atlanta or New York, after you get that money from New York, go there.
About the
again,
what were the Ravens getting?
What New York needs is culture, and John Harbaugh's great at. Like I told my brother, John Harbaugh won't work at a place that already has stability and culture. They need a culture builder, and John Harbaugh is one of the better ones. So
where do you think they'll go?
Who?
I think I could see the Steelers getting Chris Shula, maybe.
I would hate that.
Yeah,
again,
defensive guy.
My prediction for the Ravens and Steelers, I got Ravens getting Jesse Minter.
Oh yeah.
Ravens getting Jesse Minter, young defensive-minded coach. Again, if the Ravens did it over, they probably would have fired Harbaugh in 23 and just promoted McDonald.
Yeah,
when you have a defensive wizard, you just promote him. It's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same thing with the Lions. A lot of people are saying, but I actually think you couldn't have done it. For the Steelers, I got them getting Brian Flores.
Yeah, I forget about that. He's still on
young
the
defensive coordinator. Steelers again. They didn't fire Tomlin. Tomlin left.
Well,
Steelers still haven't fired a coach since before the Vietnam War.
So they do still have the rights of Mike Tomlin. So if Mike Tomlin decides to come back, which many people thought he could have went to Miami if he wanted to.
Take a great deal at Fox and just wait for a job.
Yeah, next year, if there's any, probably won't be because everybody's gonna have a coach now. Nobody's just gonna move on. There's not very many teams that can move on. The Bucks.
There's a few I think the Bucks would be.
That could be a good spot, but you're gonna have to give up a draft pick or two to get him because it's just like this Sean Payton and Denver situation. The Saints got like a 4th and a 7th round pick, I believe, or something around there.
Yeah, but again, we'll go into detail. Like, again, we're gonna let the coaching carousel do its thing because probably this weekend we're gonna get, I would assume, one of the AFC
this weekend and next weekend. This is because next week is when they'll most of these Super Bowl teams. If you're trying to interview them, they'll be open because
this after the AFC Championship and NFC Championship, there will be interviews there. There will be
the Saints hired
like guys that are probably going to get interviews. Kubiak, Clint Kubiak, Seahawks probably get a job. I would assume.
I think he'd probably get the Raiders job. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see it.
Vince Joseph.
Both of the Rams coordinators will get interviews if they get it.
Joseph.
Who?
The Broncos defensive coordinator.
Joseph. He'll get interviews.
Look at the Browns, maybe.
He'll get interviews because of the Rooney rule, but I don't think he gets a job this cycle.
I think he could get one at the Browns, maybe. The Browns, Biff, and all the candidates.
I'd wait till next cycle for Vance Joseph personally, but yeah, he'll get interviews.
That's about Shula LaFleur.
LaFleur.
That's about it.
Who's LaFleur's?
He's with the Rams.
Is he their OC?
I think so.
Yeah, he'll get interviews. Again, a lot of these guys will get interviews. I think some of them are actually going to stay and wait for the next.
A lot of situations kind of suck, anyways. If we're being honest, who wants to be a Raiders coach?
Why would you go to
the Raiders or the Browns? I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
At least the Saints last year didn't hire.
Again, probably the best job on the market is still available. I think.
Yeah, Ravens.
Ravens is by far the best job.
Ravens or Steelers. I mean, the Steelers.
I would say the Giants. I like the Giants job. I like the Giants job.
You got a quarterback. You don't have a quarterback in Pittsburgh.
You got to rebuild Pittsburgh. You got to rebuild Pittsburgh. And I don't know if Pittsburgh's gonna be patient enough for a rebuild. But again, we'll talk about that. Then we're gonna let that one simmer.
Settle down and play out.
We're gonna sit on that one a little bit because again, we'll go through ranking. Later this offseason we'll go through ranking the head coaching hires. But we can't do that until after every job is filled.
Yep.
But I would say right now, the best job, I'd say Atlanta. I'd say Atlanta won. I like the fit.
Yeah.
I like Stefanski to Atlanta more than I do John Harbaugh to the Giants. Me personally. Sorry, man. I like the hire.
Unfortunately. But that'll wrap up the Fourth and the Mile podcast. We'll be back next week.
Again, we appreciate you guys listening. Again, catch up episode. We'll keep. Again, we got a lot. We've been planning. Believe me, we've been planning a lot of off-season stuff behind the scenes. So just get ready. We're gonna have some fun this off-season.
Yep. All right, that'll do it for another episode of the Fourth and Mile podcast. Nicholas Elliott and JD Zossa, we're signing off. Peace.